Hello. Happy Wednesday. How perfect are you? How perfect has your journey been? I love you guys. Spirituality does not equal perfection. Your hair isn't always perfect. Your face isn't always perfect. This is going around town, so I'm going to smudge it out in love. Hello, John. Yes, I am well. Thank you, love. I love you guys. Hello, beautiful. I want to come on here real today, right? Because I think a lot of people are under this misconception that spirituality means we got our shit together, right? Because we're learning how to trust in God, the divine, the creator, right? So people think that people that are spiritual, their money is together, their relationships are together, their boundaries are together. Everything's just perfect, you know, when they see these spiritual people come on and talk about spirituality and love. So I want to come out and let you guys know, I am not perfect, like by any means. Like there's nothing perfect about me. You know, I used to be really hot-headed when I was a little girl. And so, you know, in my journey of spirituality, it's been really like learning how to tame my emotions, how to calm myself down, right? One of the biggest things that has helped me is the vibrations. And so that's why I tell you guys, listen to the vibrations. That's why when somebody's going through something, I send them the vibration. When somebody has some healing work to do, I send them the vibration. Because guess what, guys? That's what worked the best for me. Now, if somebody says, hey, these don't work for me, all right, you know, do it your way. I'm not here to tell anybody to do anything anyway, right? I love you. I love you all. I don't expect any of you to be perfect. You know, I'm a coach. I'm a vibrational alignment coach. And you can ask my people that come in. I don't expect them to be perfect. I don't expect them to, hi, Cindy. I'm sending you so much love, mama. I don't expect them to do everything that I say. I don't expect them to do it every day. I don't expect when they fall off for them to message me when you're in the doo-doo, right? I don't expect any of that. Spirituality does not equal perfection. That's not what this is, guys. That's not what spirituality is. You know, this awakening and everything, this doesn't mean that all of a sudden, you know, okay, yeah, I had a really bad knee injury and then it healed. Okay, that healed. That physical ailment healed. But did I have to work out everything else? Yes. Am I still working out everything else? Yes. I'm not perfect, but I'm not your typical spiritual girl either, because I will tell somebody, I will kick you in the fucking throat in the name of love if you don't back off. Because one of the big things that I learned is I had to work on my boundaries, right? And so, you know, part of me and my journey with God is having to tell people, I'll fuck you up in the name of love, man. Keep coming at me. Because I didn't used to say that. That's why I had hypothyroidism. That's why there was stuff all blocked up in my throat, all fucked around in my throat, right? So part of my spiritual journey was teaching people to tell them go fuck themselves in the name of love. That's how it works sometimes. Spirituality isn't like, oh, I'm so positive. I'm so positive. Guys, listen. I'm here to tell you, I'm not always so positive. Yes, with Always Think Up, I've trained my brain to think positive most of the times, right? Because I'm trying to manifest my empire. And so by manifesting my empire, I need to feel as good as I can on the inside, right? To be able to manifest these good things that I want. But, you know, when I don't feel good, I can't just act like it feels good. You know, when my money's off, I feel off. You know, when people that I love and our relationships seem off, I feel off. These are the things that happen in real life spirituality. Like, spirituality is like learning to trust God with it all. So you're learning to trust God with your sex, with your money, with your boundaries, with the moves that you make, with the people that you link up with the friends that you make, all that stuff, right? I did a great spiritual surgery yesterday with Charmaine Stanley. I love her guts, right? And spiritual surgery isn't perfect, you know? She taught me about this inner critic that we have. And it was funny because I never really heard of that. But I met him. I met him yesterday. His name's Steve. And I had to tell Steve yesterday to sit down in the name of love because I got shit to do, right? Hey, beautiful. We must each walk our own path, but I love that we can encourage one another. Yeah. And, you know, encouragement is really good, you know, and it's okay if you are having a conversation with somebody or something's going on and you're not that encouraging, right? So maybe something hits on a trigger. I haven't always been the most encouraging to everybody. Like, yeah, when I am solid in my base and when I'm solid in my message, but like some things come off and throw me off guard, right? So I love that we can come on here and we can talk to one another about the doo-doo and we can give people different perspectives to look at their doo-doo, right? I love my little gangster. I didn't always like it, right? I'm like, what the fuck? What is this? Sometimes I took my little gangster overboard, right? And so it's all about training yourself, right? And so when we're manifesting things, we don't want to be pinched off, right? So if you're pissed off, you're pinched off. But if you're pissed off, how do you get back happy? See, that's the gold. That's where you got to lean in, right? And so it's not like all of a sudden you become spiritual and then nothing ever pisses you off again. That's not real. That's not real. That's not real. And so if you think that spirituality means that you will never get pissed off again, just click off, unfriend me, because that's not real. You'll find out and then you can find me again. You know, lately what's been coming up, I talked to a lot of people about spirituality and, you know, this ascension and stuff. And some things are coming out that may hurt people. Right? It's the truth. Some people's truths are coming out where they've held back on the truth for so long. And so a lot of the times whenever someone's used to you not saying the truth and then you get truthful, they're like, whoa, where did that come from? Right? Oh yeah, amethyst. So today I'm deep in the 528. I try to share what vibe I'm on in the morning and what I'm feeling like. And, you know, guys, I pump information on here. I give it out. I give out. What God gives me, I give out to you all. Plus, at the same time, I'm building my business in it, right? I'm building my program in it. I'm living my day-to-day life in it. I'm teaching my daughter how to feel her feelings, live her feelings, be herself, right? Don't suppress feelings, but don't be acting up too much, girl. This is very interesting. Been trying to practice my empath. Jerry, you'll have to message me. I'm not sure what you mean because everybody is empathic. Everybody can feel everybody, right? So if one day you're out here and you're like, you know, with people or whatever, and all of a sudden you get pissed off out of nowhere, it might be one of those people that you were chilling with, right? Or, you know, maybe for a long time you wouldn't let yourself feel. And so now you're letting yourself feel. And so the old things that you used to just like deal with, now they're getting harder to deal with, right? And so this is the place where people are running into this whole spirituality is perfection. That's not right. That's not right. When you're looking at spirituality like this perfection, that's that church shit. That's that shit we're trying to get rid of. That's like, oh, I'm so nice to everybody on Sundays, but then I beat my wife on Monday through Friday. Fuck out of here with that bullshit. And that's the truth that nobody wants to hear. Well, I'm a truth spitter. I am a truth spitter. And the more spiritual I become, the more I cannot hold back my truth. So I give it to people in the new age, in the church, because it's happening everywhere, right? And hey, whenever it happens with me, somebody calls me out. Somebody tells me about it. At first, I might be like, shit. But then I'm like, okay, they're right. That was real, right? You know, guys, exactly. I thought I was almost reading minds. Was so strong, it's emotions. And I agree about the 1 day a week thing. Yeah, spirituality is every day. It's every moment. It's every decision. It's every thought. It's every action. It's every reaction. It's everything. There's no perfect way to do this, guys. There's no perfect way. And especially if you haven't been feeling and then you start to feel, it can feel very reactive at times, but I promise you, keep feeling, keep going, keep doing it. You will get better at your feelings. We're mastering that. We're mastering ourselves through this. I promise, guys. I promise. You know, we're coming up with practical solutions. We're trying to bring realism to our dreams, right? And so I tell you guys about the third eye is the observer, and I talk about the energetic body. You take the third eye, you feel your dreams with your heart, you take them down into your feelings, you feel it with all that. You bring it up to your solar plexus, that gives you power. You speak it out of your mouth, that makes it real, right? But fairies, again, they love me, girl. They love you too, right? So a lot of my practical solutions in my spiritual journey have been setting boundaries to not give myself away. You know, I used to just give. I used to just give all of me as a young girl. I used to just give all of me, you know, when I learned energy work. Even still now, I give. And my message in spirituality lately has been, quit giving yourself away and sit still. You know, they talk a lot about this cat spirit. The cat spirit's been coming up a lot. It's funny, I just got my daughter a cat. You know, cats don't really give a fuck. They fuck with you when they want to and they don't when they don't, right? And that really like hit me like, Nanu is kind of like that, right? He comes up, when he wants love, he wants love. He'll shake his little butt in my face, and when he don't want love, he's out of here. You know about that, Cindy and Chastity, right? Yeah, you know, and it's about, I used to be like a really hard worker. You know, I was a hustler, man. I used to make 6 figures, right? So I used to make 6 figures. I was a super fucking hustler. I worked from the morning to the night, 7 days a week, missed all kind of stuff. And having a baby, and I wasn't taking care of myself. So I need to take better care of myself. That's really coming up today, right? So when I was a super hustler, when I was making 6 figures, first of all, I didn't know how blessed I was. Okay? Second of all, I thought that would always be there, right? Third of all, I wasn't taking care of myself enough. I was really pinched off to receiving. I thought that I had to like hustle it real hard to make all that money. And then I went and became a mom. And right whenever I was about to become a mom, I knew I was doing it by myself, right? Now I have a great family. I have a super huge family. They're great. But like, my mom isn't your typical grandma. She works all the time. My sisters all work. Everybody works. So they help every single chance that they get, right? But they can't really like, my mom can't be there so I can hustle like I used to, right? So on top of getting this baby, this blessing that I got, right? I've been on this spiritual journey for a long time. So my money started to go down. And then I was working this job where I got a little bit extra money, but then I wasn't seeing my baby all the time. And I was barely making it. I couldn't afford to pay my bills. I couldn't afford to, to do that. So I, told my dad, hey, listen, I got to move in with you. I'm not making it. I don't know what. I was freaking out, right? I was freaking out. And so I moved in with my dad, filled back up on the love. It was different for me. I had lived on my own since I've been 17 years old. So I lived on my own. I made 6 figures. I traveled the world. Now all of a sudden I got this blessing that I'm raising by myself. Physically, financially, all of these things, right? I just changed my career and like I was stuck in this place, right? And guys, money is energy. Money is energy. And so a lot of times in my time, I get really hard on myself for not making enough money. I get really hard on myself. You know, there's so many things I want to do for my baby. And I think back to the time where I made 6 figures and all the things I could have done for her then, right? Like she keeps asking me little stuff like, Mom, let's go to Disney. And I'm like, oh, girl, I'm working on it. You know what I mean? I'm really working on it. Like I cannot wait to take you to Disneyland. However, right now I can't, right? And so in this place, this newfound place that I was, I kind of cut off my giving. I couldn't give away like I used to, right? Because I was barely making it. I didn't know what to do. Like these jobs were just not working. These things just weren't working. Pray for my cat. I don't know if he survived my friend's house fire. Oh, Jess, I'm sending so much love to everybody. I had a house fire. You know, it's like the reflection, the inside, the outside. I had a house fire. I got a DUI. I had a married boyfriend. He didn't respect me. Do you see what I'm saying? I never came up here thinking that I was perfect. I never started these videos thinking I was better than any of you. I know what it is to have all of it and to lose all of it. And that's why I tell you guys, and I mean it so much, like this stuff ain't shit. This stuff out here that everyone's holding on to, it ain't shit. Like, yeah, do I want to make millions to help big time? Yeah, I do. But was I really ready for that? No, because I told you I used to make 6 figures and just shit it away. I just shit it all over the place. I don't even know. Did I give a lot out to the homeless and stuff like that? Absolutely. Did I do a lot of stuff I shouldn't have done? Absolutely. But I'll tell you what, going from 6 figures to Section 8, could you imagine how I feel? Could you imagine how I feel going from 6 figures to having to get help from the government? Do you know how hard that was for me? But I had to. I had to humble myself. I needed help. I needed a strong foundation for my baby. I needed to rebuild myself. Do you know how many nights I sat up and cried? Do you know how many times I tried to talk to True's dad and it didn't work? Do you know how many times I got into fights with my mom and it wasn't her fault? I was just frustrated and angry on the inside. I know it's not anyone's responsibility to take care of me or help me be a mother. I know that. But sometimes you just don't know what to do. You know, I was making too much money for childcare. I was making too much money for food stamps, but thankfully I had Section 8, right? I don't want to make less money. I want to make more money. I want to get myself back to being a strong mom who can make 6 figures and do right with it this time, right? So I think the reason why I lost my 6 figures is because I wasn't doing right with it. See? Did I feel like for a long time God was mad at me? That wasn't what it was, though. It's not about being perfect. It's about learning to readjust and readjust and readjust as these things change. Readjust your internal temperature. Readjust what you thought was important. My kitties are amazing cats. I don't know if I feel him telepathically or in spirit. It's hard to tell the difference between the two, love. Hello, Elaine. Powerful, loving woman. I love you, Elaine. I loved your video yesterday. I was like dancing. So I've been doing this twerk out, right? I haven't danced since I was a young girl. And so I knew I've been needing to work out and move my body. I was kind of getting frustrated and kind of getting stuck. And so my best friend challenged me to a challenge. So I really needed to stretch bad. So we were stretching, we were working out, and then both of us just ended up like twerking it too. I love this stuff. You know, you have to make spirituality in your life. You have to make your own routines. You have to make your own things. You have to make your own things. The places you give back, the places you give in, the places that you set boundaries, right? I love you guys, right? I've always been a super giver, and then I was trying to give from my low point, right? And what was happening was I was sitting there looking what I had left. And it wasn't very much. And then I was sitting there looking at who saw the real me. Did anyone see me struggling? They say give and receive, right? So you give, to get energetically, not expecting anything from somewhere else, but you give out so you can give back. But guys, that doesn't mean that you give all your food out of your refrigerator when you have a baby to feed. Yeah, it's okay to give food and to make dinners and that kind of stuff. But, I was really off in this whole give-receive thing. I told you guys the other day, my girlfriend came and smacked me in the ass about it. She's like, you suck at receiving, in her cutest voice that she ever had in her life, right? But I had to see the real me in that super giver. It was like part of me thought that people would forget about me if I wasn't giving them things or something, right? Making six figures, I was always a giver. I was given to my nieces. I was a giver. Hey, you want to go take a trip? Let's take a trip. Hey, you want to do this? Let's do this. So, guys, my dream in my heart once I had my baby, it was kind of fucked up, right? So my dream in my heart was I wanted to kind of be able to be a stay-at-home mom, but I wanted to be balling. I wanted to be stay-at-home mom who was building this empire of so I could start to give back more. I hated all that time where I didn't make any money because I couldn't give back. I couldn't give out. I mean, I learned that you can give back different ways. You can give hugs, you can give smiles, you can help somebody energetically feng shui their house. You can give some energy work if they're feeling bad. You can give them your time. You can listen to them, right? So I learned a deep lesson in all of that. It's not always about the stuff. And so my house fire taught me it's not always about the stuff. And then losing all my money and becoming a Section 8 strong mom taught me even deeper about this whole stuff thing. You see what I'm saying? So much in rejection was coming up for me in this place, right? And so it was deep. It was my friends, my family, and I was taking it real personal. What up? But really what was happening was I was rejecting myself because I wasn't making six figures anymore, because I couldn't provide and all of this stuff and provide this life for my daughter that I was dreaming in my mind that I was going to provide for her. I was rejecting my own self. I didn't know it. I mean, I didn't really realize then. I mean, I knew we were all connected and I knew we were all one, but I didn't realize that by feeling that rejection from others, I didn't realize that was my own rejecting myself. I'm sharing your love videos with Matt Mo. Thanks, Ed. You can share them with anyone, love. That's why I come up here. It's not an attack, guys. When you feel rejection coming up, I really do believe that that's God, Spirit, the Creator, whatever you call it, I honor it, right? But I call it God. That's God's way to bust you open. That's God's way to make you see more. Hello, love. I love you too. Hello, everyone. We right now, this ascension is busting us open to our full potential. A lot of us, okay, I was making six figures. A lot of the earthly people, the 3D people, would think, you made it, girl. I didn't. I was learning about God. I was learning about all these things, but I wasn't fulfilled. I'll tell you, I can guarantee you guys, spiritual wise, I felt less fulfilled with six figures in my bank account, all my trips, all my cars, all my stuff, than I do right now on Section 8. Section 8 strong mom. I felt less full. Now, do I keep that in mind as like a, yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yes, I do want that for me. I love you, Mrs. Kemp. I love you. I love you too, Nim. So, I had to keep going back into my heart. I didn't even realize I was going back into my heart, right? But like what I wanted was I didn't want to have to send my baby to daycare. I was sending my baby to daycare. I would drop her off at 6 a.m. I would go work my brains off for somebody else. I'd pick her up at 6 at night. I'd feed her dinner, get her a bath, and then she was sleeping. And I'd just stare at her sleeping. And I'd say, oh, this can't be my life. Like, what the fuck? The daycare's raising my baby. Now, is my daycare amazing? Yes. Are they helping me make a little bit of money? Yes. But they're raising my baby. I was lucky just to be able to feed her dinner and give her a bath. That was like my highlight of my day. So the moves that I had to make from working for other people to working for myself have been really huge. They've been really uncomfortable, and I just had an opportunity. I just had a new opportunity come out today out of some doo-doo. You got to stay open. It's okay to freak out. Last night, I just freaked out. And you know why I freaked out? I'm going to tell you the truth, right? So my mom's big. I love my mom. I respect and honor and love my mom. I talk a lot about this ancestral healing. And when I tell you it's going down, I mean it's going down. And when I tell you who gets the real of me, it's my mom, right? So, we got all this stuff going on, and my family's used to me being a helper, right? And so I'm kind of freaking out about my money and like what move I'm going to take. I hate to ask for help, right? I'm big on that. And so my mom says something and she's like, well, you don't work. Oh my God. Oh my God. What? I work from the fucking morning to the fucking middle of the night. You don't work. I was like, oh, you know what, Mom? I think you better leave because I feel like kicking you in the fucking neck. She was like, oh, that's spirituality, Sarah. Oh, that positivity, Sarah. Listen, please don't dog me out, right? So my baby, of course, wanted to go with her. That's how this stuff works, right? You're mad at your mom. You want to kick her in the fucking neck. Your head's about to fucking pop off. And your baby wants to go with your mom. Of course, right? Mm-hmm. So she's arguing with me. She's fussing with me the whole way out the door. Look, I'm turning red just thinking about it because I was fired up in the name of love, right? So I was like, fuck this. I have roses. I just got spiritual surgery. She told me to get roses. I got roses. I didn't have time to take a full bath, right? So this is what I mean about make up your own shit. I popped off one of those heads of the roses, turned my shower on, popped some essential oils onto my my rag, let it all heat up in there, took my rose, popped it in there, got new shampoo, so I washed my hair first, right? I need to just ground. So a shower's grounding, right? I ripped them rose petals off one by one and just scrubbed my whole body. You're divine. Your money doesn't make you. That comment doesn't make you. None of that makes you who you are, Sarah. Like, you got to pull this all in. You love your mother. You honor your mother. You know where this comes from. This is you. This has been in your mind all day, and she is a reflection of you. So that is why she said that ignorant ass shit to you. All right. It's real out here. Spirituality does not mean you're fucking perfect. Okay? We're not perfect. We're not perfect. So I had to get control of me. Okay? We all have to do it. Last night I cried so much and freaked out. Yeah, Chaz. So the new moon's on the 24th, and I don't know, from what people say, it's like a really emotional thing, so I know there will be a lot of meditation going on around here. I feel like throwing everything away and starting from scratch. See, that's the thing about a house fire, right? You have one house fire, and as soon as you feel a little bit like aggravated, you're like, fuck it, I'm throwing all this stuff away and let's see how God works. My poor baby. I just wonder what she's gonna be like when she's an adult. Like, my mom is fucking crazy. You guys have no idea. Watching real quick from work. What up? I heard Florida was better. Oh, girl. You have no idea how much you've been in my mind. So, guys, I have been manifesting moving to Florida since before. I was supposed to move back there before I got pregnant, right? I'm talking to Crystal the other day. We're having this fire-ass conversation. She's like, oh, by the way, you can come move down here with me. I got an extra room. I got all the fixings. So, guys, listen. At the same time that feelings are churning up, you don't feel good enough, all of this stuff, your manifestations are coming to life, right? I always thought that, like, if I got that opportunity, I'd just jump in my car and roll out. And believe me, I even told my mom yesterday, oh, trust me, we won't be around here too long to be dealing with this bullshit. She's like, oh, go ahead, threaten me to move down south, Sarah. Thank you, Sarah, for being a part of my central journey. May you all travel naturally upon your journeys. Much love, blessings organically. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you, honey. That's the problem. Yes, the fuck we are. I don't know what I said there. Yes, Chastity. Hey, beautiful. Latia, I miss you, girl. I see you over there. I see everybody working it out. I see everybody that knows that this isn't perfect. And thank you. Thank you all. I honor you all. Whenever you're starting to freak out, guys, you need to explore more. You need to get deeper into spirit. You need to lean into spirit. There's things that you can't see. When you're freaking out, when you're feeling lack, when you're feeling fearful, there are things that you cannot see. You're pinched off. You're freaking out. You're pinching yourself off. Yes, it all makes sense. Hey, love. So one of the things I did last night, I've been doing this meditation on building a bridge to the solution. That's been a really big thing to me, right? So we have these problems in our lives, and everybody has them, right? Do you think I want to be on Section 8 for the rest of my life? No, I don't. It bothers me. It's so funny, it's like I'm too proud. It's not that I'm too proud. I'm thankful. But, I don't want to check in with the government. You know how invasive it is to give the government all your information, all your everything, just so you can get a little help? It's funny. I got to feed my baby. I got to house my baby. But her dad doesn't have to do anything. I get pissed sometimes, right? But I can't be pissed off. I have to build that bridge to the solution, okay? I want to tell you guys how real I am. Because it's not about perfection. It's about mastering your internal temperature, your internal frequency. I could stay in that place of fuck my baby dad, he's a bomb. Fuck all this system shit, they don't really help me. Fuck all this, right? But what's that going to do for me? That's not going to help me build my empire. That's going to pinch me off from the love juice. So, in my meditation, I close my eyes, right? And I feel with my heart, I feel all those desires to be able to stay home with my baby, to be able to make money, to not need babysitters. Right now, if I get a job, I have to pick her up by 3:00. I mean, what jobs work? You can start 9:30 to 2:30. And then how much money am I going to make in that? $8 an hour. Who the fuck is that going to feed? I'm thankful. I had to get real thankful for everything that I do have right now. Right now I have a part-time job that I can pick my daughter up by 3:00, that I can be available, that I can help, right? I'm thankful for that. Word, that don't change a thing. My life right now too, mama. I know. And I give all my moms so much love. A lot of us, we don't talk about this stuff because you don't want to talk about what's going on because you want to come out of that and you want to come to this. But I had to get really real with myself last night. Baby, she's getting older. So in my meditation, my heart's desires, I take it from my heart and I build this bridge to the answer. Now, do I know the answer? No. That's why I'm building this bridge, right? And so instead of worrying so much about the answer, I worry about designing my bridge. And so I have a special way that I design my bridge. I have special colors I like to use. I want my bridge to go over water because water makes me feel calm and better, right? I have lights I want up on my bridge, right? And it's funny because it seems so silly. And some people are like, well, I don't have time to do that. Like, I have a real problem. Do you not think my problem's real? It's real. It's real. I don't want to ask for help. I don't want to be dependent on the system. I want to be able to create these desires in my heart. I don't want to go back to work full time and picking my baby up at 6 o'clock, giving her a bath, feeding her dinner, and putting her to bed. I don't want those things for myself, right? But I have to stay open in love. Then I have to be still after that, right? To receive. And so it never happened faster than it happened from last night to today. And that's why I want to share this with you guys, right? So today I go drop her off at school, and the lady at the school tells me some really cool shit about this work that I can do, that I can work for myself when I want, where I want, and make really good money. She's like, but you'll be an independent contractor, which I already am, right? Just not everybody really loves to get massages. You know, a lot of people are worried about a lot of things. And so a lot of people aren't investing into healing. A lot of people aren't investing in self-love, right? So I have to make other options. Like, yes, I still have my coaching. Yes, I still do my massages and my energy work. Yes, I still do help the helpers. Yes, I still do work with women, right? But that doesn't bring in hella money yet. So I need something else. I need more. I like to travel. I want to do more. I want to do more. Please send good vibes to my love, Rachel. She can really use them. We're both starting over in life. I so feel your past, by the way. Keep it up. I'm sending so much love to all of you. We're all starting over, guys. It's okay. No one's expecting you to be perfect. You know, but what matters is what you feel inside. What matters is what you feel. I love working with the angels. I love working with the angels too. A lot of people are hiding from taking personal inventory of their lives. So all that stuff I just told you, a lot of people are hiding from it because they feel bad about it. It sucks. Going from making 6 figures to, living on a prayer to paying your bills and feeding everybody. It's a big difference. You feel less than. Feel like a loser. I know I'm not. I know I'm a god, right? But this part of my life right here is hard. And I don't tell people because I don't want handouts. I give love, so love comes back to me all the time. I'm not the victim. I'm not the victim. This is all happening to me to expand, to grow, to teach this stuff. I can only teach what I live. I can't teach anything else. So I've had a lot of people lately message me about things I don't know about. And I'm like, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I have no idea about that. So yeah, a lot of people, this money crunch has been really making me have to get smarter on the financial choices that I make. And I told you guys before, one of the things that has really helped me is investing in memories. See, memories, good memories, always think up started with me thinking of my niece with no teeth, slobbery, smiling, right? That was a good memory for me. So when things started to go bad for me in my life, I would tune my mind into that memory and then it would switch everything, right? And so invest in your memories, not your stuff, because I'm telling you guys, stuff can be gone quick. Nobody can ever take your memories. No one can ever take those from you, right? Take personal pride in the achievements that you made. So yeah, I felt really low about a lot of things, but in the same time, I've come a long way. And so that was part of my last night. I was like, whoa, Sarah, you've done this. You've done this. You're a strong mom. You've done this. You want to stay at home with your baby. You've had that. You want to, build more money. Now this is happening in your life. You've come so far in healing your feelings and healing your body and healing your community and all of these things, right? None of it was ever wasted. I didn't waste it. Celebrate yourself. So, last night we went out, me and my baby, we celebrated ourselves a little bit, right? I'm teaching her this. She saw me in the doo-doo, and then she saw how I cleaned myself up and went out and celebrated myself. So now I'm moving out of the spin out way faster than I used to, right? So I used to spin out and I used to stay there for weeks. And now I'm just spinning out and staying there for a couple hours and then I get out of it, right? Money is energy, guys. Money is energy, guys. And so we have an emotional relationship with money. So you need to take personal inventory on your emotional relationship with money. That's what I've been doing. Hold on, let me go get some more coffee. So if your money's off, you need to vibrate higher. You need to clear out more. 528 helps you with that sex space, that money space, that personal power space. See why I love these frequencies? They're like an all-in-one, right? You pop them in, put them in your earphones, right? Clean, do your dishes, clean up cat poop, whatever you got to do, right? And you got these frequencies in your ear, and you're like thinking, really, like as a human, this isn't really doing much, but it is. But it is. But it is. But it is. Right? And it's free. YouTube, free. Solfeggio tones. Turn it on. Here I am. I work with Ian. And then I tell you guys, about the free frequencies. The free frequencies got me here. That's why I tell you guys. I'm not out here trying to make a buck off you. Where I'm supposed to make my money, that's where I'm going to make my money. You can still heal. 528 hertz, honey. Look up on YouTube, 528 hertz Solfeggio. That's what I have in here right now. I'll link it. I'll put one of them in. I think I shared one this morning on my Always Think Up page. Does everyone have Always Think Up? If you don't have Always Think Up, go to Always Think Up. So we're learning to guide our emotions. We're learning to feel all of the things, right? So for a long time, and I knew from my energy work, people were blocked off from feeling. It was a natural thing. We learned that in our vibration from our parents, right? Don't feel. So you guys know the Frozen song? Of course, I have a 5-year-old, right? So this is how I break down energy. But do you know how Elsa's dad told her, conceal, don't feel? Do you know? To hold her power back? Conceal, don't feel. That tells you right there in that movie, right? That's what they wanted us to do. And so when you've concealed for so long and you didn't feel for so long, when those emotions come out, man, they're like a fucking bull coming out of the fucking thing, right? And so that's okay. If you fucked up, you gotta just rein that in, right? You gotta learn how to guide your emotions, how to feel all of them, how to express them. That's why I've been twerking. Because to get my emotions right, I need to move my body. Because if not, then my whole shit stiffens up. And I don't know, and then I'm really bad. And then my body hurts and I'm pissed. Ask God, the Creator, to help you use your emotions for fuel. That's spirituality. That's what spirituality is. When you don't know what the fuck to do with the way you feel, sit your ass down and ask God, what the fuck? I say to God, what the fuck? That's why I'm not your typical spirituality girl, right? I'm an ordained minister, but they don't want me everywhere. The rays on your back, girl. It's sunny here. It's cold as hell today in Pittsburgh, but it's sunny here. So I'm like, thank you. Twerker. I've been twerking it. I swear, I said, it's been coming up too in a lot of different things, and it felt so good to just turn on that workout radio. I don't normally listen to that. I listen to vibrations. And so I was like, oh shit. Me and my girlfriend turned it on and it was Wobble Baby, Wobble Baby, Wobble Baby. And I was like, oh shit, I ain't heard this song in like 7 years. Let me get it. Next thing you know, my baby's over there getting it. I love this shit. Emotion, energy, emotion. E equals MC squared. Move it. If you're feeling stuck in your feels, move your body. You don't have to twerk. You can, whatever you want to do. I don't care what you want to do. People are like, twerking is not godly. I'm like, well, that shit made me feel sexy as hell, so I'm feeling it. I don't care what you do. I don't give a fuck what you do. I'm going to do me. I share me. Some people love it. Some people don't. I lose a lot of friends. I don't care. If you think God is one certain way, then just like I said, delete me anyways. Guys, abundance is all around you. Yes, what the fuck? Get in the habit of giving permission for angels to help. Yeah. Yes. So many of us are used to being control freaks of our life that we don't even let the angels help us. We don't let them. And, I'll tell you, once I said please and got my bathtub, I fully surrendered to where I was. And I'm telling you, this shit that came in this morning blew my mind. Everything's changing in my life, right? And that's what it is. So, nobody's going to start manifesting from a perfect space, right? Because, of course, you're manifesting because you don't really like the space you're in now, right? If you were liking the space that you're in now, you wouldn't be manifesting some new shit, right? So everybody's waiting for the perfect weather, the perfect body, the perfect car, the perfect friends, the perfect everything. That's not how manifestation works. It does not work like that. You manifest from the doo-doo. When you manifest, you are manifesting from some kind of doo-doo up out of that mess, okay? Giggle, twerk it, girl. I'm telling you, girl. I didn't even know that was in me anymore. I was like, oh shit. I felt like I was in the club, young again. But when I was young, it hurt. And now I'm older, it doesn't hurt because I had some healing in my life. I said, oh, me and my girl need to go to the club. So we might go to the club this weekend. I haven't been to a club since forever. I'm feeling my whole self, though. They better watch out. Abundance is all around you guys. I'm telling you this from personal experience. If you have a continual focus on money, on anything, right? Money, love, whatever. It creates a lack of self-care. It creates a lack of worthiness, right? You're focusing so much on that thing that you're moving it further and further and further away from you. The best thing you can do is stop and twerk. Stop and laugh with your friend. Stop and go see a comedian. Stop and get sexy somehow, right? Get into your feelings. Hoarding or a lack of generosity can make you ill. Overgiving can make you ill. See where we're at? So hoarding or lack of generosity can make you ill. Overgiving can make you ill. So here we are. This is how I measure the world, right? And then what? So what you need here? Balance. Where's balance? In your heart. Ta-da! The 528 is really cool because it's like connected to the heart. So it's like part of the anchor, part of the middle. That's why I love the 528. That's why they call me Miss 528, because I be on my 528. It's kind of hard to twerk to the 528. Do you guys hear it in the background? It's kind of like, chill. You can't really twerk to it. But I think that there's somebody out there. Just be. I see him all the time. And I think that he is making music to the healing frequencies, like rap music. And so I love his guts. I gotta buy his shit on Spotify and see, because that's what I love. That's what I've been like trying to manifest. Like, I love rap music. I love hip hop music. But the words are just like, ugh, you're creating so much ugly. And then when you're singing those words, you're rippling it out to the world like that. And so, yeah, I haven't checked out his stuff yet, but I want to go check him out. Brantley, something. If somebody knows his name, put it in here, tag him in here. He makes rap music to the healing frequencies. Like, there are people doing real fucking cool shit with this. I just found like 100 YouTube messages. So like, technology really isn't my thing. So like, I'm willing to buy it if I come across it. Fill up my computer with it. Own it, guys. Own your life. Take personal inventory of your life. You know, if you're feeling deficient, I'm telling you, you probably got clutter. You're probably in some kind of dependence place. B. Bradley. He's dope. He's dope. He's dope. I love to see people do good. I love to promote people that are doing things that vibe with what I'm doing. Guys, I'm creating my own empire by my heart's desires. That's messy sometimes. It's not always perfect. I go through a lot of different stuff. I think I found the thing, and then I'm like, that's not the thing. I think I found the thing, and then I'm like, that's not the thing. We got to keep moving. We got to keep going. We got to keep... I get the best messages on here. You guys would never know. I love Facebook. I love social media. You know, my heart's desires, my empire that I'm building, it seemed kind of impossible from where I was sitting. But it fired me up. So I would meditate on it, and it fired me up. And you know, when you meditate, you want to meditate on like the essence of what you want, right? Because you can't try to be so specific when you're manifesting, because a lot of times the specifics will kind of pinch off what's real, right? The greatness of it. But now I'm closer than ever. So if I can do this, you can do this too. That's why I love what I do. That's why I do these fucking live videos. That's why I love all you guys' guts. I love every single conversation. I love the people that can call me in the doo-doo. I love the people that believe in the energy body. I love my coaching clients. I love the empire that I'm building. I love the program that I'm creating. Do I know that everyone's not going to do it? Yeah. But when they're ready, they're going to be like, I love this shit. Yes, empty the trash in all ways. Balance, balance, balance. Yeah, I'm telling you, man, I'm throwing shit away today. Like, it always comes back. Thanks 100. This is really helping motivate me. And my Jade, she's in a bad place. Just got out of a domestic violence relationship. I'm sending so much love. That's really tough. That hurts my heart. I give her a lot of credit for being strong enough to come out of that and break that habit. I know it's really hard. I know it's not easy. Ooh, see? And then sometimes you're so pumped up and you cry because something just hits your heart. You know, guys, I know a lot about domestic violence. I lived it my whole life. You know, that's another reason why I'm not perfect. That's another reason why my emotions are fucked up. That's another reason why I hated men my whole life. You know, if I heard a man hit a woman, I just bust him in the fucking head with a cinder block. You don't think I needed to help myself? Yeah, I did. The police don't care that you lived in domestic violence and that's why you slammed that guy in the head with a cinder block. They're like, yeah, we don't care. We don't care about that. That's illegal. And I'm like, fuck him. He hurt her. I'm jamming him up. Oh, boy, I had to calm down. Bring it down. And you know what helped me? God. God helped me with that. Now, instead of doing that, I can smother them in unconditional love. When someone's out here and they're being violent and they're hurting their partner, you know, when they're angry and mad, unconditional love isn't like comforting the bad behavior. Unconditional love makes them feel like shit. Domestic violence is because that's what they learned. That's what's in their vibration. Same here. Feel you all deeply. Been there and still growing strong. A lot of people have been there. A lot of people are still there. I love you. I refuse to raise my baby like that because I was raised like that. That's why I kind of took the long way. It's okay. I believe in all of you. I believe in the person that is going through it, and I believe in healing for the person who it does it. I do. It all comes from hurt. It takes strength and practice to harness your emotions. You know, coming from growing up in domestic violence and that anger that I would feel that would make me go get a cinder block, I've done this before. That's why I'm telling you guys this, right? That anger that I would feel when one of my girlfriends would call me and they would be going through that, that was not good. That was not normal. And I'm really lucky that I did not end up in jail over my feelings toward domestic violence. And so a lot of the work that I have done, feels, it took practice, and I had to build my strength in that place. And I had to learn how to harness those emotions and how to just send love instead of get the cinder block. True. Got me damn strong. It does strengthen you, but don't let it harden your heart, right? Because for a lot of times, for my whole life, it hardened my heart. It wouldn't let my heart be open. And so, guys, if your heart isn't open to love because of domestic violence, your heart's not open to all your heart's desires. A lot of people I start working with, they don't even know what their heart's desires are. You know, and I love my mom and I honor my mom. And, you know, my mom doesn't know what her heart's desires are either because she blocked herself all off. That's why I give her love all the time, but I still have to be real and true, right? There's nothing love in domestic violence. There's not. It's just people hurting people. And most of the time, guys, like I say, we attract that of which we vibrate. So, you know, the person that is experiencing the domestic violence has that anger inside of them too. The dark, try all my life because I'm love. Yeah. You know, I was talking to a great friend of mine the other day. I had a man kidnap me, duct tape me, kidnap me, and take me to the mountains. And I learned to get real quick, like, hey, I love you. Like, I don't even know why we ended up here. Like, let's just have a romantic getaway. Holy shit. But, you know, that was because I grew up in that domestic violence lifestyle, and that's what I kept recreating in my life. It was my fault. And I had to take some serious time alone to clear that out. So I didn't attract that. And then this very last person that I attracted was very much on the low domestic violence, right? He never got to do it to me because I kept him at a safe space. But I found out. So it's still in there, in me somewhere. You have the opportunity to wake up now and put that behind you. Absolutely. Everybody does. But I just want to tell you guys that, you know, this is what spirituality is. This is what the journey is about. This is where people are really at. On Section 8, on food stamps, not knowing what to do, not knowing who to trust, domestic violence, things that they've seen as children. These are the real things, right? So when you see us spiritual people, please know that we've been through some real things to get up here and to talk to you. We've done some real inner work. Well, a lot of us. Not everybody. Because the man I just met, you know, I was just with, I thought he was very spiritual. He hasn't even touched his feelings. It's okay. True, we put up with it as a child and we bring it with us. We sure do. We carry that vibration of domestic violence. I didn't date anyone for 7 years and then attracted that same thing. But the cool thing is that I'm clearing out because I also have the exact opposite in my life too. And I'm so thankful for that. And so, you know, your reflections are showing you about your growth and how much you've done. We clear all that negativity and dark. Yeah, ask the angels to come in and help you. Make better choices. Not easy heal when it was your mother. It keeps coming back and around for you to heal from the inside out. I know, Chas. I know. You know, when your parents are hurting like that, they definitely can't give you the best of them. You know, when I'm hurting, True doesn't get the best version of me. And that's why, you know, I was mad about my long distance relationship because for so long, the times that we would have these things, I'd be down in the doo-doo and she could feel it like right away. I trust my 2 medium friends more than your family. Now, Agate, you know, imagine if it could be you that you could trust more than anybody. See, that's what spirituality is. Trusting the God in you. God is in you. And yeah, we'll have mediums and psychics and coaches and all of these things that'll come into our lives to help us to find our power within, right? And that's amazing. And that's a blessing. But like my whole thing is trying to get you to see that that's in you. The medium, the psychic, the guidance, the strength, the perseverance, all of that stuff is in you. And that's what I want to teach people. So the strength and the practice that you have to use to harness your emotions comes, so you have to go through the shadow work at the root, right? And you keep going back there. It's not like this one time hit or quit or done, right? So you go through the root and the shadows in the root. You go through the sacral and the shadows in the sacral and the sex space and all that stuff, right? And then you get to the solar plexus. And so whenever you are learning how to harness your emotions, it comes from the disciplined thinking of the solar plexus. And that's why I am Miss 528, because that's what this vibration has helped me with. So yeah, that's how you get your emotional security, by visiting your darkness, by visiting the things that you were trying to run from, by revisiting the feelings that you were trying to avoid. And God's so amazing that she's not gonna just like bring it up so you just blow up, right? It's gonna come up little by little, so you can work on it little by little. It's like it's a nicer way, If you guys got healing the way you're out here asking for healing, we'd have just people like spontaneously combusting all over the place, because we're not ready to feel all that yet. We've been hiding it for so long, for centuries and centuries and centuries and centuries. And so be patient. Give God time. I love you guys. There are a lot of things that people want to ignore because they just want to live in this rainbows and butterflies and rainbows and butterflies. And yes, I love rainbows and I love butterflies, but we can't ignore our feelings. They're real. They're so real. And sometimes they're so scary. We talk down on a lot of stuff. Domestic violence, sexual abuse, all kind of things. Those feelings are fucking real and strong. It can make you feel not safe, like you can't trust. So this spiritual journey is about learning to trust God with all of those things. Learn how to trust God to trust you, because you are God. In the solar plexus, this light shines in the solar plexus, and that's like your God light. That's why I try to help you guys. You are God. You got to learn how to tame the feelings. Focus on productivity and empowerment. You have to be productive for yourself. You have to empower yourself. You have to. Nobody else can do it. I'm a coach and I still can't be 100% on for everybody because I have things that I'm sorting out and working out, right? But I teach them to do it for themselves. And so then they're not just like ready to just give up, and I can call them later, and by that time they've already kind of calmed down and worked through it. So are you observing or are you reacting? I was a really big reactor. And now I'm learning better to be an observer of my feelings, right? And it's still a process. I still react sometimes. I just did last night. I'm not perfect. And when people think I'm supposed to be perfect, that's okay, because I know God knows what I'm trying to do out here. I know God knows the work that I put in. I know God knows the things that I try to transmute. I know God knows the things that I pray about, that I work with my angels about, my fairies about, right? We're getting better each time at not being reactive. And so, if you are reactive about something, you can't fall off in the doo-doo and be mad at yourself, right? You gotta be like, all right, girl, let's get this better next time. All right, guy, let's get our shit together. Go in. Why am I feeling like this? What does this bring up for me? What does that bring up for me? What does that mean? Sometimes you'll get signs through songs, through friends, through posts, through everything. You know, people are used to me being a yes man, yes woman. Can you do this? Yes. Will you do this? Yes. Yes, 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 right? So when they hear a no, they're like, whoop! You said what? You can't do that for me? I'm making changes. You know, somebody messaged me the other day, they're ready to make some changes in their lives. They don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. I get it. But when you're making changes in your life by your feelings, it doesn't always go with what everybody wants or expects of you. And that's okay. It's not personal towards them. It's personal for you. And there's ways in love that you can talk about it. So I'm getting ready to make some changes. And, you know, I have to be still and I have to think about, okay, Sarah, how are we going to talk about this? How are we going to bring this up? It's not anyone's fault. I'm building my empire. I've done a lot of self-work. I have so much more I want to do. I need to make my life my creation. I can't keep riding off what everybody wants me to do because that's not helping me build my creation. And so it's funny, you know, sometimes you have to make boundaries with people that you love, and it's not out of madness. It's like, look, I'm trying to create my life just like you're trying to create your life. I love you. Just like I figured something out, you'll figure something out. Pray, ask, be still, receive. You know, a lot of us are going through some attacks. Old things are coming up. It feels like it's really attacky energy, right? But it's not. It's happening to get your attention, because it will get your attention, because it's something that is in you. It's a trigger, right? God knows all your triggers. It's an attempt to get you back to the old you. Are you going to feel bad? Are you going to fall back into that pattern? Or are you going to feel into your power and keep it moving in the name of love? Build your empire. I'm going through it right now too. I've been doing healing work for 13 years. I come on here, I do these videos. I live every moment of my life as spiritual as I can live it. It doesn't mean perfection. There's so much movement. It's not about perfection. That's not what it's about. It's about really learning how to open up your heart. Really learning how to live from that place. Really learning from the mistakes that you made. Really taking personal inventory on your life and what you want, what you've been through, and where you're trying to go. You know, I used to react for months. I used to let these things come in, and I used to get knocked off track for months. And now it just happens for moments, right? So like I had my moment last night, and now I feel better. And as soon as I did all that stuff, I got one of the coolest opportunities I could get this morning. It just takes work, self-work, inside work. If I can do it, you all can do it. We've all been through some really hard things out here. Our parents have all been through some really hard things out here. And I made sure I let my mom know, I love you and I honor you. You are the divine vessel that brought me to this world. I'm not perfect. Sometimes people think we should be. My mom kind of thinks I should be. I love her for that, though. She sets my bar up there high. I love you guys because we're all connected. There's no right way to this. Sometimes you will want to kick somebody in the throat in the name of love. But that's just because you're tense on the inside. I mean, they're a reflection. So they're always going to, when you're tense on the inside, they're always going to come at you with some crazy shit. Like, how did you even know to say that to me right now? I'm so pissed. I love you guys. I love, 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 love you guys. You know, I'm always here if you want to talk. Sometimes I don't always get to my messages right away. I got vibrational alignment coaching. I got my group. I got Always Think Up back. I'm just plugging away at my creation. I'm creating my program. I'm creating abundance. I'm trying to create some more trips. You know, meet some soul family. Get to the tropics. All in the name of love, guys. Trying to connect better with my angels. Trying to connect better with my gifts. Trying to relax more. If you would have told me that I was working that hard all through my 20s to get to my 36 and be learning to chill, I wouldn't have believed you. But I am. I'm mastering myself. I'm learning to master myself, and so are you. And there's no right or wrong way. Spirituality does not mean perfection. Spirituality does not mean that you won't cuss somebody out in the name of love, especially if you got a little gangster in you. And you know, if you aren't cussing people out and you feel like you need to, you're holding that energy in and it needs a release. So you better go twerk. Something. Work out. Lift weights. Move tires. Fuck, I don't know. I love you guys because we're all connected. Happy Wednesday. One love.